Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Zymax, and I'm your chief show attendant. On behalf of the two hosts and the rest of the crew, welcome aboard Weird Wednesday Flight number 13, non-stop, from your current location to parts unknown. Our flight will be at about 2 hours, and we'll be flying at the speed of sound. At this time, make sure your seat backs and tray tables are in their full upright position, and that your seatbelt is currently fastened. Enjoy the ride.
Watch out with the echo. How's it going? Welcome to Weirdo Wednesday with your host.
Weirdo Wednesday. Right on time. I didn't hear an echo that I noticed.
How about now?
Tonight.
Sunday.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's something like that. I almost got the links posted out one last one. Hi, Ulrich. Now that I know that's you.
Oh man, the screen just jumped the screen. Why does it do that? And it's strange music coming from a new version of Messengers ready to install. Install and relaunch. How about just like don't?
Yeah. No.
Now. Why is that happening?
Is that where they're going to ask you for a pin and everything? Just say no.
Yeah.
No, don't even get involved in all that.
Just say no.
Just don't comply.
Elvis has left the building.
I've said no several times and haven't suffered any consequence as of yet.
Yeah, I was talking to Jamie and she was all bundled up, and I'm sitting in here with the air conditioner on tonight. I don't actually have the air conditioner, but I got all the windows open and the fans blowing on me.
Like Kenny from South Park.
Yeah.
I got home and just.
Yeah. But, it's like 65, 67 right now, and I'm supposed to play a glow disc tournament this weekend after dark, and it's supposed to be like 30. So that's gonna suck.
You have those like little hand warmers?
Yeah.
For like fishing and stuff.
Yeah.
Camping. So it warmed up because you were having similar weather. to
Yeah.
what
It
you're
was chilly and been rainy for a few days, but yeah, it's not bad today.
They have a funny haze, as Fox News calls it, Bay Area haze, and now we have fog, which it's foggy season anyway. There's
Yeah.
always fog right now. Very dense fog. It looks cool with the Christmas lights though, because
Yeah.
it kind of carries the lights up like a screen.
Yeah. Yeah. The fog gives it that kind of mystical, hazy, colorful
Yeah.
look. Well, that's weird. One temperature thing says it's 65. Wait a minute. This isn't here.
I was using someone else's weather for like 3 days once.
Actually, it is here. One says
Ooh.
65 and one says 59. Kind of a big difference.
Where are the different do you know where they like put their
This is all,
thermometers, like the news stations?
yeah, I don't know.
Let's see here. St. Augustine, Florida.
So how's everybody's week been? Any strange happenings out there for anyone? Any drones land in your yard or anything?
65 feels like 65, according to the
Yeah.
Fox News app.
Fox News.
90% humidity with dense fog advisory. Yeah, have any of you actually seen these with your own eyes yet? I have not, but I don't think they've made it quite up this way yet. I think they're still south, as far as I heard last.
I see drones here all the time at night. There's one that has been flying a pattern here for like the last couple of years. And I think it's like the sheriff's department or something. Because it flies like the same pattern. Like,
You know how I go on those flight apps?
what's that?
You know how I go on those flight apps?
Yeah, yeah.
Do they have things like that for registered drone users?
Yeah.
Or would it show up on that?
Yeah, it does. It, like my software on my drones right now will identify me to aircraft, and it'll show up on my thing if there's aircraft coming anywhere near me as well. But yeah, I supposedly my drone shows up to, aircraft. They can see how high I'm flying and all that.
So these ones, even though they're using regulation, FAA lighting and all that, they're not being registered, right? Like
I don't know.
on,
I don't know what to think. I see reports, from like airliners and stuff saying they're at 50, 60,000 feet. Well, there's no drones that commercially available that you can fly that high, and even if there is, you can't fly in the flight of aircraft, like jet airliners and shit. You can't, you can, but you can also go to jail.
Did you see the Fox article I sent where they say they had to make an emergency landing because a bird interfered, but it looked like what got sucked into that engine had like lights on it.
Oh yeah, one of those newfangled birds with lights on it. Mm. Yeah, see now I got the stuff he knows now. What the hell?
We have people around here that fly like drones. One time my mom was in the back and a drone flew over the pool. She's like, no.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was thinking about sleeper cells. Like I've always had come in the back of my mind. We sold all this land, to China, and then the athletic, unaccompanied military age men, from China, which takes a lot of paperwork, a lot of money, 20, 40, $60,000 to get over here. Come here, it's like boots on the ground. They can infiltrate from the inside. You don't have to worry about missiles so much. So, like, I've always thought to myself, like, if you start hearing like explosions going off in like different parts of cities, like that could be the beginning of something waking up. And I kind of thought maybe around election time or, inauguration, like when people are distracted. So the whole like sniffing thing kind of made sense to me because
yeah.
they would show their lights like any military craft would, unless they're a stealth bomber, and they're not a threat because they're actually looking for the threat. But then why are some people reporting spraying coming out the back or projectiles coming out? Why don't they have a heat sensor, a register? Um,
Well, they do have drones that they use to like spray fields and stuff with. And, they got delivery drones. I mean, there's all kinds of drones. And like I said, there's a big drone. I mean, it's not like a car sized drone, but it's a big drone. I mean,
like crop dusting drones.
oh yeah, yeah. The one that flies here, it's not that big, but it's pretty good size. I mean, it's like probably 4 or 5 feet. And there's one that flies out at the pier. I was out there talking to these guys one night, and I hear this, obvious drone sound, and I'm like, "What the hell?" I look up, and there's this big drone coming right out the pier. That's probably 100 feet up or so. I'm like, "Oh, what the hell?" And the guys are like, "Oh man, this thing comes out here every night." Came out there, came to the end of the pier, turned north, just headed down the coast, and went out of sight. So I don't know if it's police drone, sheriff's department drones. I don't know what it is, but I see them here over by my house all the time too. But that's been going on for the last several years.
Yeah.
But I go out at night and I always see something moving. I don't know what it is. Is it a drone? Is it a plane? Is it Superman? I don't know.
Is it part of the Las Vegas conditioning to see how the public was going to react to that? And then they have to bring it one step further, which would go into the theory of the people who are saying we are going to have something happen more crazy than Blue Beam Project, and it would involve space wars, alien invasion, and us looking like we're fighting them, and us having to fear the operator, not the UFOs, but the operator of the UFOs, in order to gain the trust of our government to save us from these things.
Yeah.
And so, like, all of that kind of goes with it. So it's like they're getting their toes wet by like, okay, how are people going to react to this, and that? But it's like I have 5 theories, 18 sub theories, to go to all that, but I can't connect the dots. Like, still, there's always something that makes me go, no, because of this, or no, because of that. Just when I think something might make sense, it's like, no, even a distraction, you know,
Yeah.
no, I don't think, yeah, it's distracting us, but, you know, was it psychological warfare? I started thinking for a little bit, like, because, you know, they're wanting to be seen. Like, do they want to, you know, like the Marxist act of war, you know, handbook, chaos, confusion, and uncertainty,
Yeah.
to be able to control the masses with fear. Um, maybe they're not spraying anything at all, but you think they are, so you're like tripping out. Like, you think they're, you know, they could just be shooting like holograms. These other balls could be holograms too, like the other orbs. We
Yeah.
don't know what's really going on. Like, yeah, there looks like fire, like these crazy looking orbs, but they talked about the holograms that we're going to see with our own eyes and not be able to believe it. Were they telling us that because it really was going to happen and we want to think, oh no, this isn't really happening because they told us it's not? Like, reverse psychology or not, I don't know.
Yeah.
But it does kind of match up to some of those theories also.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's our military, definitely, because it started out around the bases. People in New Jersey would say they'd come up over the hill like at a specific time, and then at the same time at night they all would like leave together, like going to like a charging station or something.
Yeah.
But then there's the orbs in the water, you know, people in the boat seeing the lights coming up from the water. Um, Jason doesn't think a drone could go in and out of the water. I think they could have that technology if a jetpack man, a hoverboard, amphibious vehicles, you know, like they have so much technology, like it wouldn't be hard, I don't think, to make drones be able to come out of the water. Are these things
Yeah.
protecting us from drones? I don't know. From like the orbs, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like, and then the Pentagon goes and tells us a couple stupid stories to start out. Like, that didn't help nothing.
Yeah. Exactly. Like this is a
Yeah, this is a different kind of spray, though.
this is one of the drones from DJI, which is the company I have drones by. This is one of their
Okay.
big crop, agricultural controlled drones or whatever. But I mean, that's pretty good size. But I wonder, like, you've seen reports of people saying they're spraying stuff. I wonder if people have just seen these, and I saw a drone
But
spraying.
what I'm seeing are pictures going straight up with two chemtrails behind them, just like the airplanes.
Oh,
Is what
really?
it looks like. Yeah.
Yeah.
One guy considered it, called it smoke. He goes, there's smoke coming out the back of one, but when the stuff billows out enough, it can look like smoke, but it's just the chemical coming out. I think too, what if someone like made up like a projectile video and said, oh, I saw the projectiles. And then so other people started copying you, making projectile videos, so it's like, oh, all these people are seeing these projectiles. What if nobody saw it and it's just copycats?
Yeah, exactly.
We really can't believe any of the stuff that we're seeing like anywhere anymore. Like,
yeah, I mean,
oh, these people saw this, saw that, said this when they saw it. Like, I don't know people's motives. I want to trust people, but I don't.
Exactly.
It's weird. It's been going on a long time. They turned their cheek to the like Chinese balloons. They turned their cheek to the border. They could turn their cheek to this to let as much damage happen as possible. But I think they know what it is. I think it's ours. And I think they gave some dumb cover stories.
Yeah.
Because they really insult our intelligence. and
Yeah.
think people are stupider than we actually, than the majority actually is.
And then again, too, I mean, you turn the news on. I mean, I've got some articles about it tonight. Drones, drones, drones. You see it on the news, but in general, not speaking for everybody, but in general, from what I see, people are so desensitized by all the shit going on these days. They're like, drones, big fucking deal. Nobody really gives
There's a
a
lot of people saying that. They're like, it takes more than a bunch of drones to like excite me.
Yeah, I mean, nobody's like, I haven't seen anybody like freaking out other than, the media people on the news,
Yeah.
And we saw it and we didn't know what it was and I thought it was the end of the world.
13 surrounded it.
Although I got a video tonight that it's a news video, and the guy, the news reporter, he was like, when this first started, I'm thinking, whatever, but he went out like looking for drones. He's in New Jersey, went out looking for drones and he found them. He's like, after last night's experience, I'm looking at this in a whole different way now.
We have no defense against psycho. Well, we do.
That's true.
But we're not supposed to have defense against psychos in our country either. They want us to sit and negotiate with them.
Yeah.
You know what? Remember I told you that the stewardesses and like the pilots now are like pretty young for the most part, and a lot of party together. They're young, these girls in the back. Well, they gotta check people out as they're coming on to think like, okay, is he military, is he police, law enforcement, like who will be able to help in case of emergency? Can you sit here? Like if we have to obtain somebody, like will this guy be able to assist? So they're like always looking for people like to help, and I can't remember the word for it.
Yeah.
Well, they give these stewardesses on the plane was duct tape. Remember rolls of duct tape? We're laughing about it. They actually used the duct tape. I saw a lot of pictures of like one lady was like barking at people, yelling at people, and then there's the people like, oh, it's so mean. She's so humiliated. She's sitting there. They not only taped her to the chair, but there's like duct tape X across her mouth. Like Hannibal Lecter just sitting in the chair, like looking around. And people are like, that's it's like she obviously caused us enough problems that these people had to tape her to the chair. There's not just one. There is a lot of photos of people who have been duct taped to their chair by flight attendants.
Yeah.
And the way they like tape them, the way they do the mouth on in a lot of the cases. Happens more than you would think. Yeah. Well, that depends because there's different levels of the drones. Like professional drones, and there's like hobbyist drones. What are you looking at?
Looking at pictures of people duct taped to their chair.
That's what it looks like. We don't get articles on that, like the videos.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, they're already talking about that, Gary.
Yeah, you had a bad vacation when your family pictures of you duct taped to a seat in an airplane with tape across your mouth.
Someone's like Googling stuff and they're like, wait, Is that Johnny duct tape to Southwest chair?
Yeah, really. Mm.
Then they take a picture of it. Not only do they do it, but people are like taking pictures of it.
Oh yeah, you're not gonna not take a picture if there's a dude duct taped to a chair on your plane. You know you're gonna be world star in that.
I need 23 seconds.
There you go. 23, 22, 21, 20, 19. Oh man. Yeah, there's something going on, whether it's us or them or both or psychological manipulation, BS. I don't know. I don't get too worked up about it because after that, it'll be something else, anyways, you know? Well, speaking of drones, this is my first news of the weird and strange, bizarre. It's about drones. Mystery deepens as police UAV is evaded during pursuit of 50 drones. What? I thought, yeah, thought this was interesting, sort of. A police department in New Jersey reported that a drone that it had sent up to investigate was unable to apprehend the objects. The mystery surrounding the appearance of countless unidentified drones. That's pretty bad. I can read this better without my glasses tonight. What's going on? The mystery surrounding the appearance of countless unidentified drones above air bases and other facilities in the US, UK, and Europe has become so widespread that it's now graced the headlines of just about every newspaper in the Western world. Newspaper? Do people still read those? Multiple instances of drone incursions have been reported, sometimes involving dozens at a time, and authorities are still struggling to determine who is sending them and for what purpose. Some have speculated that the drones have been sent to scout out potential targets for an attack, perhaps by Iran or Russia, or our own. The article doesn't say that. I did. No, the article said it. It's not my words. While others maintain that the whole thing has been blown out of proportion. Recently, police department in New Jersey, a state that has already been at the center of the phenomenon, reported that it had sent up an industrial-grade drone of its own to pursue a group of 50 unidentified drones that had crossed over onto land from the ocean. And so, if they're coming from the ocean, they either have to have come a long way from somewhere, or they came from a boat, or they came out of the water. I don't know what else they could come from the ocean. I don't know. Maybe they came out of a plane. Who knows? I don't have any answers at all. In the end, the Coast Guard also cited 13 additional drones with estimated wingspans of 8 feet following one of its boats. In the end, the police drone reportedly failed to apprehend the objects, which easily evaded them in it before seemingly disappearing into thin air. If this is not the military, it's even more terrifying, said news reporter Rich McHugh. These things look like they're a fixed wing and they have multiple lights. Despite the unnerving nature of the phenomenon, however, the White House National Security Communications Advisor John Kirby insisted that on Friday, the public had nothing to fear. We don't know what it is. It's not a threat, though. How can that be? I don't know.
Former Governor Larry Hogan.
Let's watch this news video real quick here. If I can figure out how to do that. Seems that I've done gone retarded. Present, share screen, window. Nope, wrong one. There we go. Okay, finally, we're cooking with oil.
This video last night. These lights over his hometown in Davidsonville, just 25 miles from the nation's capital, as he pointed out. And then there's this.
I've never seen them. Wow, they just passed each other. Yeah, I've never seen them before.
New Jersey Senator Andy Kim shared this video of drones he shot yesterday. Federal authorities insist most of these sightings are actually legally manned aircraft. But Senator Kim says he checked a flight tracker app while capturing this video and that the devices he was capturing were not on it. The sightings are happening near LaGuardia Airport, too. Officials say they received unconfirmed reports of drone activity over that busy airport. As for numbers, the FBI says it's received more than 3,000 tips from the public about drone sightings going back to November 18th, all over New Jersey. Since then, there's been an average of 92 sightings per night and expanding across half a dozen states. In a joint statement, the FBI and Department of Homeland Security said, quote, "We have no evidence at this time that the reported drone sightings pose a national security or public safety threat, or that they have a foreign nexus." Lawmakers, however, aren't buying it and are pushing for answers and action. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer and 2 other senators wrote a letter calling for a briefing with the FBI and Homeland Security. While in Connecticut, Senator Richard Blumenthal says the devices should be shot down if they can't be identified. And we've learned that House Speaker Mike Johnson did get a federal briefing on the sightings, as have Senate staffers in a few select offices. But other than that, there's been very little transparency. So what's going on? Is this some contagious mass hysteria? Or are people really seeing something that our government cannot identify? Our own Rich McHugh went out drone hunting in New Jersey. He did not come back empty-handed. Rich, tell us what you saw.
Hi, Elizabeth. Well, I got to be honest here. You know, when this story first came out a few weeks ago, as a resident of New Jersey, as a journalist, I didn't pay it much credence. I thought it would turn out to be a bunch of pranksters and this would all be over by now. The experience I had last night, however, changed the way I feel about this story completely. What I saw was more sophisticated than I ever imagined. Take a look.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, at least 5 lights, 6 lights.
I didn't believe what I was seeing. But what was I seeing? We're here in Central Jersey. We've been looking for the past hour. I think we've seen about 40 or 50 of these drones. In fact, there's one over my shoulder right there. One after another, these drones appeared in the night sky. If you look real close, they look like fixed-wing aircraft, about 8 to 10 feet wide, colorful, white blinking lights.
That is not a plane.
Definitely not an airplane, but what was it? Hours earlier, I was invited to join the Ocean County Sheriff Department. They launched their own drones to see if they could intercept the mysterious aircraft New Jersey residents have been reporting in recent weeks. The department says these mystery drones evade detection because they don't give off heat like regular drones. Why do you think that is?
We don't know. It's just something that we haven't, it's not something that we've had our hands on. It's not something that we've experienced.
Something they hadn't experienced until now. One of their officers called 911 after seeing 50 of them come off the ocean.
Advised after we made contact with that officer that there were 50 that came off the ocean.
50?
50. That was my reaction also. There were 50 that were coming off the ocean.
And this is a sworn officer.
A sworn officer, yes. We contacted state police, we contacted the FBI, we contacted the Coast Guard, at which point the Coast Guard went out with their boat and they reported seeing 13 following their boat. And then the Coast Guard also advised that they went over them about 300 feet and had a wingspan of about 8 feet.
Can I see one right here?
Did I see the same thing that officer saw? I'm still not sure. What I can show you is this video. What I can tell you is I've never seen anything like it before.
Wow.
And more than a month since these reports started, the federal government doesn't know what they are either.
What's your message to the White House?
My message is come to the Jersey Shore. I know it's wintertime, but come see what we see and then, maybe have a better appreciation for why our residents are concerned.
You know, the Ocean County Sheriff, that drone unit, they have an industrial grade drone. They put it up. They were tracking one of these drones, Elizabeth, and they said this thing easily evaded them, disappeared out of thin air. So, you know, to me, it's if this is not our military, then it's even more scary, and we need answers, frankly.
All right, Rich McHugh. Thanks so much for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find News Nation on your television provider.
Yeah. So there you go. Drone news, man.
There you go.
You know, I gotta say, if I was, you know, hanging out at the beach and I looked and I saw a flock of 50 big, huge drones coming in off the ocean, I'd probably be a little concerned.
Feel a little uneasy, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's a lot. I mean, that's not just somebody, you know, just out like joyriding. That's a mission. And you know, like the news said, if our government says they don't know what they are or where they come from, I mean, that's a little concerning. You know, I know it's illegal to shoot drones down because they're considered aircraft, but at the same time, if the government is saying that's not our aircraft, that's not our drones, we don't know what it is. You know, sooner or later, somebody's going to shoot one down. You keep hearing stories about it, but I don't know. There's somebody here supposedly shooting that one. I was like, yeah, bring that shit to Florida. It'll get shot down in a day, but I don't know. I think somebody was shooting at it with a pellet gun.
No.
But I don't know. It's weird, especially now. Like if I go out and fly my drones now, you know, just to go flying and have a good time, take some pictures, you get all kind of weird looks now. It's like, oh, he's one of those drone people.
People are calling everything a drone too. You know those Osprey military planes that they're like white and they kind of have wings that go up with like propellers like this. They could look drone-ish, like a big drone, but it's a military plane. It's an Osprey or Osprey, however you say it.
Yeah.
But those are flying around a lot right now. And people are like taking pictures of those, calling them drones. I'm seeing people taking pictures of all sorts of things, calling it drones.
Yeah. I saw this video today, sometime today. I think it was today or yesterday. I don't know. But this guy, he was outside doing some work and he kept having something fly over his head. And he's like, can anybody explain to me what the hell this is and why it's flying over my head in my yard? And it was like, it was the size of like it was like a mechanical, like a big locust or grasshopper or something, but it was like mechanical. And he's showing it. He's like, this is what I just caught flying over me. Can anybody tell me what this is? I don't know if it's real or not. Like I say, you can't believe anything you see these days. Yeah, you're not supposed to fire at a drone. Legally, you shoot a drone. Yeah, you'll be put in jail. But how can you be put in jail for something that nobody claims ownership of? And the government says, it ain't ours. We don't know what it is. And you got Bobby Ray Redneck that's like, some bitch ain't going to fly over my yard. Boom.
Foreign adversaries using our FAA regulation lights.
Yeah. Them damn foreigners, them Russians coming over here to steal my crops. You know,
Told you that India's gonna get,
Yeah.
Is the new Russia. They sure came up with some stupid shit right off the bat, man.
Get a bunch of drones over there around Humboldt.
Mothership, an Indian mothership letting out a bunch of drones. Like, seriously? And you threw that out there. You
Yeah.
really did. You took it back, but you put it out there. And then you said something equally as stupid, if not worse.
Yeah, it could transport stuff. I'm sure it's been done already.
Yeah,
I mean,
like if they really legit are looking for stuff, then they're not going to, be telling us because, that tells the enemy what's going on. We don't need to know everything, whether it's, whatever they're looking for, but there's other things.
Craig just said the truth. The government says it's not theirs, so it's probably theirs. Exactly.
100%, 100% is theirs.
Yeah. But I mean, yeah, the drones can be used to transport stuff. Like the drones that I have, I mean, I can fly the bigger one. I can fly it out of, my eyesight where I'm just looking at the camera, and I can fly it damn near almost 2 miles away. And that's just a little, drone this big that, anybody can buy from DJI. And
you don't get scared you're gonna like crash it that far away?
I don't fly it that far away because, yeah, I mean, I'm like paranoid that I'll lose it.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's you just hit find my drone, and it's like it's Apple iTagged almost. You can go find it as long as it still has some juice. But yeah, I mean, I got friends that'll fly them not far away. They're legally, technically, you're not supposed to fly your drones out of the line of sight, but yeah, whatever. But yeah, I mean, you ever watch those drone competitions on TV where they're flying all the pilots are wearing goggles, and they're like seeing first person, they're flying through all these courses. Those guys, I got a friend that does that, and he's like, it's amazing where he can put that drone, like, and they're little ones, like, not even probably a foot across. Like
that technology is good for helping people. Like if someone's stuck on a mountain or if they're lost, to be able to get those drones in places that other people can't. You can at least see where people are.
Yeah. I mean, I've been in Costa Rica. Yeah, I've been in Costa Rica before and seen wrecks where people have gone off a cliff. Not a cliff, but off the side of the road, which is basically like a cliff, and they're 4, 5, 6, 800 feet down, in the ravine or whatever, and you can't really get to them. Whereas if you had a drone, you could at least get right above tree level and, see what the situation is and you see what you need to do to get there, to get them help. So yeah, I mean, drones definitely have, many, many up points. I mean, they use them for real estate, for surveying, for all that stuff now. And
there really is a lot of good positive things that they do.
Yeah, but along with that comes, the flamethrowers and machine guns, bomb dropping and drug running and everything else. I mean, if you can deliver Amazon packages, you can damn sure deliver cocaine. So,
well, I got a story here before my nose starts to cement up again. Lab-grown mini-human brains sent into space aged faster than on Earth. So we're sending these little lab-grown mini-human brains into space to see what happens. And I'm not sure if these are the ones that they're growing on the mice.
Just a little mini brain.
It's just a little baby brain. I hit the wrong article. Scientists send human sperm into space to test chances of populating Mars. I'm gonna have to save that article for later. We'll do that one next time.
Bunny shot traveling across space.
Oh, good God. It never stops. Where it stops, no one knows.
Keeps going and going until it hits something.
Side of Jupiter. Human mini brains catapulted into space. Catapulted into space. Surprise boffins how well they survived the low Earth orbit jaunt. I'll admit I didn't read this one first. They catapulted them up there like lab-grown human neural tissue, also known as organoids, were sent off in vials by U.S. researchers for a trip to the International Space Station in 2019 in a month-long galactic experiment. When the organoids returned to Earth, the researchers were amazed to find the cells healthy and thriving after weeks of weightlessness. In fact, they had matured faster than the same cells on Earth, reports said. Molecular biologist Janine said the fact that these cells survived in space was a big surprise. This lays the groundwork for future experiments in space, in which we can include other parts of the brain that are affected by neurodegenerative disease. Led by molecular biologist David with an E on the end of it. David of the International Space Station Laboratory, the team were investigating the effects of microgravity on the human brain. In particular, the team were looking at the neuron affected by neurodegenerative conditions like multiple sclerosis and Parkinson's disease. Organoids were grown in a lab using human-induced pluripotent stem cells from healthy donors and those with MS and Parkinson's. Some of the tissue also included brain immune cells called microglia, which are far from being sentient. Researchers compared the space-traveling organoids to see how they differed from ones that don't go on a galactic holiday, and the team noted that there was a marked difference between the two sets, irrespective of whether they came from healthy donors or not. Space-traveling organoids had a greater expression of genes associated with cell becoming mature, but fewer associated with cell proliferation. This indicated that organoid cells reproduced slower in space but aged faster. The same organoid showed fewer genes associated with stress, had less inflammation than researchers expected. So the characteristics of microgravity are probably also at work in people's brains because there's no conviction in microgravity. In other words, things don't move. But what I'm wondering is like why they're testing these things like in space. Like why do they want to know how fast these okay, so we just grew a bunch of little tiny bitty brains and now let's catapult them into space and see if they like last longer up there or down here. Like what kind of Frankenstein are you guys up to?
Yeah, no kidding.
And we're talking about these humanoids and stuff, and this is like the beginning of building these like crazy robotic things with brains. Like they're like, oh, they're not sentient, not yet.
Yeah, only a matter of time.
They're just straight growing brains. China has like womb pods, like rooms of like wombs, so they can like not only create embryos but like grow the whole baby. They say, oh, it's like in case the baby's too early, and we can take it out, which they can take it out, put it in this womb, and blah blah blah. But they can also just straight start growing people.
That's weird.
It's creepy.
He's a damn test tube, baby.
Yeah. Strange. When you think about it.
Like when they ask who's your parents, like, dude, I don't even know. I was like seriously born in a bubble.
I was born in a lab.
Yeah.
I was born a poor white child.
And one day there's going to be whole groups of people, and that's normal. And that's going to be like how they know.
Let's go to test tube mart, honey, and let's pick out a new kid.
Like how they know that they had come to be was like, Mommy, how are babies made? Well, this is, oh, you're born, you're mixed up in the lab, and somebody, brought, like a stork brought you. Or a doctor.
Damn petri dish.
It's just crazy.
It is. Weird. And I'm still trying to figure why they put brains in space.
Yeah, and why they like had to like catapult. I guess they got to make use out of that machine, but like they're like, how can we do this most efficiently? Like, should we?
Yeah.
Just leave them. And then how did they like retrieve them?
We got $45 million we need to spend, so let's do this.
So we're like looking up at the night sky, and there's like could be all these like little brains and organs and shit flying past us.
Yeah. Is that a star? No, that was a brain. A mini brain.
Ew. There was an article the other day about like raw meat falling down on a lady's car at McDonald's.
Really?
And it wasn't just on her windshield, but on the top. Like, oh, it's probably from a bird. But what if it was like mini brains falling down?
Yeah, it could be. No. Throw some more garbage up into space, so one day it'll just rain down upon us. I still don't know how that's going to work out in the long run. Probably not for the best.
I don't know. Too much playing God for me.
And if it doesn't fall down, what's it going to make for space travel? Like I always remember watching, Star Trek.
Stork drone.
When they're like, oh, we're going through an asteroid belt, and prepare for impact. Is that going to be what it's like, when we finally do get to space? Is you got to get through the garbage belt?
Perhaps.
Well, this one here is along the same lines. More UFOs. Whistleblower allegedly leaks images from secretive UFO program. What's that?
That's another one I saw that I saved and I wanted to read it. I didn't have time.
The images, which have been shared online, allegedly show several UFOs from Immaculate Constellation. The strangeness began when Nathan Latvitas, an investigator of all things unexplained, who runs a YouTube channel entitled Strange Mysteries, which you can go to YouTube, look up Strange Mysteries, find Nathan's channel. He received an email from an anonymous individual who claimed to have multiple photographs of UFOs that had been somehow leaked from the Pentagon's secretive UFO UAP retrieval program, Immaculate Constellation. How do places like the Pentagon just like pictures just like mysteriously get on the internet? Like, how does that happen? I mean, it's supposed to be, yeah, it's supposed to be the most securest, top secret, priority driven security, but somehow these images got out and now they're all over the damned internet. Once them naked pictures go out, they can't come back.
No, putting that toothpaste back in the tube.
The UAPs observed demonstrate capabilities far beyond conventional aerospace benchmarks, the whistleblower wrote, while noting that they were photographed above sensitive military sites. The images themselves are numerous, showing objects which range from cross or crucifix form shaped objects to objects like triangles, boomerangs, discs, and more. The question, of course, is whether any of these are actual, genuine photographs. That remains a distinct possibility that the individual claiming to have leaked them is simply trying to perpetrate a hoax. Many traditional media outlets would require verification of my identity and credentials, this person wrote. This is not feasible due to the risks involved. Well, no shit. I mean, if you stole pictures from the Pentagon, you probably don't want to say, hey, I got these, check them out, I'm a whistleblower. You'll find yourself Epstein.
Looky.
The news media organizations, despite their best intentions, are not equipped to handle the level of secrecy and potential retaliation associated with this information. I was part of the legacy program. I know that's vague, but unfortunately, that's all I can offer at this point. You can watch the original video concerning the email and decide for yourself if it's real or if it's a hoax. And you can find that original video on what the hell is that site called? Did I get stuff from? Yeah.
Unexplained.
Unexplainedmysteries.com. TK Randall. But yeah. Real or is it a hoax? I don't know. You decide. Like you say, the government, like they always tell us what's going to happen. It's weird. There's been a lot more shootings happening lately too. But, that's expected, like being the presidential transitioning and all that, got to get guns back in the news. So why not have some more school shootings and stuff, right? But they've been telling us we're going to see UFOs. There's going to be UFOs. There's going to be news about UFOs. Now it was a little late. Didn't happen initially when they said, but now, a couple weeks later, you turn the news on, every damn thing is something about a UFO or a drone or an alien or space monkeys or, whatever. So
what they do is it's like they tell you a little bit because they have to, but then they oversaturate you with so much stuff that people just don't even care anymore. It's like, let's just totally oversaturate them. And
I mean, if I went outside, I say it all the time. If I went outside and looked up and saw a legit, clear as day flying saucer, I'd be like, holy shit, I can't believe I'm seeing that. And hopefully I would take a picture. Of course, nobody would believe it. But it's not going to be like this ground shaking, life changing event for me. I don't think. I'd just be like, told you so.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not gonna like upend my life, and it's gonna be some crazy life altering event. I'm gonna go live in a tree out in the middle of the jungle or something. I was gonna be like, I told you, shit's right there. I just hope they
Sure.
my butt, or at least use some numbants.
The numbing's wearing off, and my butthole feels a little strange, fellas. What y'all do? What'd y'all do to me when you gave me them sleeping pills? Why y'all standing around singing?
My butt don't feel right.
Something's a little peculiar downtown here.
Yeah, you don't want to go to sleep and wake up and have your butt feeling funny.
I know, especially if you just like went to the dentist or something. It's like, why does my ass hurt when I?
That's definite cause for concern. What was it? Seinfeld, the dentist was like zipping his pants back up,
Yeah,
waking up.
yeah.
Well, speaking of, I don't know how to segue into this one. Ouch. Man's penis turns to bone.
What?
Docs want to use shockwaves to break it down. A real, in fact, boner. A man's routine. Oh, it's a different kind of boner. A man's routine visit to the doctor turned into a nightmare after physicians discovered that his penis was turning to bone, as detailed in a study published in Urology Case Reports. The unnamed patient, who was in his 60s, had reported to the doctor's office for trauma to the knee, per the study. During the visit, he also alerted medics of a pain in his penis. Upon examination, physicians didn't find any prostate swelling, unusual discharge, or any of the usual markers of phallic agony, so they conducted an X-ray to look for possible pelvic fractures.
Can you imagine going to the doctor, Well, what seems to be the problem, Mr. Autry?
Oh, my ding dong hurts.
I got a pain in the ding dong.
It ain't a rash or nothing like that. I think something else is going on.
The images revealed a hard truth. The patient had extensive plaque-like calcification along the length of his manhood. Doctors diagnosed the poor soul with penile ossification, in which calcium salts amass in the organ's tissue, forming an extraskeletal structure much like that of a bone. With this diagnosis, the patient became one of just 40 patients to be diagnosed with the condition. Despite this anomaly down under, the man declined further examination or treatment of the penile petrification, which is generally remedied via tropical medicines, injections, or oral painkillers. The condition can also be treated through shockwave therapy, where doctors use sonic pulses to break down the calcified mass. The patient's abrupt departure left the cause of his calcified phallus unclear. However, medics believe he could have suffered from Peyronie's disease, a condition that causes the penis to inflame and form scar tissue. The hardened plaque reduces flexibility and can cause the phallus to curve during an erection or appear shorter when erect. This can lead to erectile dysfunction or pain during erections. Other possible causes include metabolic disorders, late-stage kidney disease, repeated trauma to the penis, and even sexually transmitted diseases like gonorrhea and syphilis. So we don't know why he just took off. He probably maybe wanted a second opinion. He
Yeah, I don't know.
was in shock.
He's in shock. He's like, I'm in my 60s. I have
Like I came in for a bum knee and a little pain in my crotch.
Here, you can see it in the picture here. It's like ghost image of a schlong.
Yeah, there's a video too, and they like circled.
Yeah, we got to get to the video.
They circle some stuff.
Let's go to that beautiful bean footage.
Pretzel dick.
Oh,
that was Water Boy, wasn't it? Or wait, pencil dick. Pencil dick. Pretzel dick.
At this
That's
stage.
okay. I crack up over this stuff all the time, and I'm.
Oh yeah, can't go wrong with dick jokes and fart jokes, you know.
Anything to do with Uranus.
Oh yeah. Like, oh, my wiener hurts. I got a boner and I don't know why. I'm not going to play the music because Facebook loves to stick it to the little man. While he declined further examination or treatment. Oh, don't break my dick. Oh, man. That hurt just looking at it.
Did they do the cucumber?
Yep.
That was horrible. Why'd they have to do that?
I know. It's like, we have no hard dicks here to crack.
Does he think he can make some money on OnlyFans right quick? Or did it like
I know. I mean, 60, dude.
scare
Take
him straight? Like, and he somehow fixed himself because he got terrified.
So one of my friends
Like,
said,
that sounds like something you would want fixed.
a friend of mine said in his 60s, he was like, you never trust a fart and you never waste a boner. Something I've learned in my old age, son. Yeah, owner's traumatized by the cucumber, no doubt.
When he slammed the bedroom door again. That's horrible.
I told you a story about my friend that broke his dick, though, didn't I?
Yeah.
Oh, man. It can happen. People are like, oh, you can't break your dick. There's no actual bones in it. Well,
That's like the most horrible thing that it makes me cringe and want to cry.
yeah, that's painful. I've come close.
That's what she said.
Exactly. Close? What do you mean close? It's in my eye.
He's a detachable penis.
Oh, yeah. Need some King Missile in the background.
Missile. His cigarettes were more important than having a usable penis. He had to go smoke. There, he's like shockwaves down my dick.
Exactly. Every time you're eating a cucumber, you're going to think about dick snapping. Green dick snapping. Ding. Well, speaking of UFOs again, this isn't seeing one. This isn't seeing a drone. It ain't seeing a UFO, but UAP, unidentified flying object, little green men, little gray men, none of that. But it is about UFOs. And it is new UFO exhibits at a Florida museum. We got our own UFO museum here in good old Stuart, Florida.
How far is that from you?
Oh, it's about 3.5, 4 hours from here. It's kind of down south. It's a ways. It's a bit of a drive. A Florida museum has unveiled an otherworldly offering for patrons in the form of a fantastic new exhibit that explores the UFO phenomenon. Dubbed UFO Denial, Disclosure, and Discernment, the unique showcase reportedly opened on December 1st at the Elliott Museum in the city of Stuart. Among the features of the exhibit are displays detailing the distribution of sightings across America, the changing public perception of the phenomena, classic cases from UFO lore, and a celebration of crop circles. In a sign of the times, the showcase also features a virtual ufologist that harnesses the power of artificial intelligence to provide answers for visitors. Questions about the enigmatic mystery, spearheaded by the Elliott Museum CEO Rob Steele, who has long been fascinated by the phenomenon. After the exhibit was developed over the last 18 months in response to the growing public and government interest in UFOs. While some may scoff at the so-called flying saucers being showcased by this site, when I hear the word scoffed, I think of Thurston Howell III on Gilligan's Island. Thurston seems like he would be someone who would scoff at something. I don't know. Maybe it's just my pea brain making that assumption. It's a lot like making maple syrup. What? You have to boil out all the chatter from the actual facts. Steele mused, we spent a great deal of time. We're convinced this is a very credible exhibit. UFOs, Denial, Disclosure, and Discernment is set to run through August 31st of 2025, though perhaps it will become a permanent fixture if it proves to be particularly popular with patrons. Well, I gotta say, if they're doing an exhibit, now's a great time to do it because, you know, UFOs and weird drones and all that stuff seems to be trending.
That hot topic. Yeah, it's a fad right now. I thought you made maple syrup by tapping a maple tree.
Yeah.
And then you have like a little collection bag, a nail, you know, a little bag, and then the syrup just kind of comes out.
That's what she said. Yeah. I was watching some video the other day about like survival, and people were getting sap out of trees to eat. It was one of those shows like, so you're stranded in the woods. Did you know you can shave this rock down and eat its dust? Yeah. Plants.
I used to make shows like that when I was younger.
That was my absolute favorite class. I hated school, but I had a biology teacher that was really cool. And I actually went to his class. The first year I went to his class, I wasn't even in his class. I would just go to his class. You know.
Why?
Like,
How'd you know he was a good teacher?
because he
Class.
Yeah, he just, you know, I heard about him, and he went, you know, we'd go on field trips. Like, you know, today, like we'd get to class and he's like, all right, today we're going outside and we're going to find something to eat, you know, and everybody's like, what the hell, you know? And I'm like, oh yeah, this is cool. So we go outside And literally, he was like picking weeds and this and that, and showing us like what you could eat, and what you shouldn't eat because it could kill you. And that was my favorite class. And I remember his class because it was just cool. We went out one day and got these weird weeds and berries and stuff and brought them back, and he had a little hot plate in the class, and we like sauteed these weeds up and ate them, and they were really good.
That is so cool. And it's like in your region, so like if you're like out somewhere, you're stuck, like what's safe, what's not. You have one more thing in your arsenal of survival.
He's like, these are mushrooms that you can eat. These will make you wish you were never born. He'd like show us like what berries were good to eat, what berries would make you really deathly sick. And I feel like that class, I learned more in that class than I learned out of any other school. Well, other than photography and art class, those were cool. But yeah, that's where I pretty much lived my several years of school, was in the dark room. And in that class, that, like I said, the first year or two that I was in his class, I wasn't supposed to be there. I would just skip my other classes and go to his class. He'd be doing roll call, and he'd like get to me, and he just, "Are you in my class?" "Why, yes, I am." "I'm here, aren't I?"
You're right.
He's always looking at me like, why don't I have this kid's name in my book? Who are you? Where'd you?
He knows he's wanted to be there. He's probably thinking like, what does your other teacher think? Like, where are you really supposed to be?
Yeah, for
See,
some
I
reason.
read Audubon books and teach myself this stuff, like through the Audubon guides and the books, and like Northern California. And so you gotta look everything up. It would be so much better. Or like I'll watch videos, and like every once in a while they'll be like in the Santa Cruz Mountains, show you. But it's not the same as being there and collecting it yourself and consuming it and trying it. And
yeah, I was still like, it was a long time ago. So I recently bought a book. It's in the other room right now, what, like a foraging book, like what you can eat and what you can't eat.
That's awesome.
Here in Florida, yeah. Florida's edible plants. Well, I ate some of them weeds and I found myself naked on the top of the windmill. Sitting on that sack of seed.
Oh, this one's funny. Is it your turn?
Nope.
Are you out?
I am officially out.
Okay, well, I'm going to read one more, and I'll save the other one for next week, the back scratcher one. It's funny because I had that in my thing to go, and then when I was driving back from somewhere, the people on the radio read the same article. But this, oh my gosh.
Yeah, I don't get this.
Like, it's got to be Gen Alpha, because these are the guys that, oh my God. Okay.
Stop.
Mosh Pit diaper sells out after people refuse to stop wetting themselves at gigs. Okay, I can't tell you how many pits, how many shows. Yeah, my friends might be really smelly, really sweaty, maybe a little bloody, but I never smelled piss. And I'm sure every so often, because you can't go to the bathroom, something might happen. I don't know. But like, the guys didn't all walk out. They didn't have like piss in their pants. Like, when did people just start pissing their pants in the pit? Like, I don't understand.
mosh pit that I don't really care to be in. I've been in several over my lifespan, and moshed heavy, moshed lightly, never pissed my pants, no matter how I was doing it. So
Yeah, like no matter what, like you don't just sit there and piss yourself, and then then to wear diapers because you can't hold your pee. Like these people, come on, this is for people who like ASMR. They shouldn't even be in the pit.
no, if you're pissing your pants in the mosh pit, that's usually because
If you're wearing a diaper.
Yeah.
And look at what they're pouring, like a tampon commercial.
Yeah. I saw this. I was just like, what is going on here? Oh,
So
liquid death and the
yeah, liquid death. That's what they're drinking in the pit too. Some water. The limited edition black pleather incontinence pad designed specifically to be used in mosh pits at music gigs is available for $75 or 59 pounds before they quickly flew off the shelves. The unusual item was sold by U.S. bottled water company Liquid Death, who often incorporate heavy metal imagery and stunts in their marketing. Promo material for the pit diaper read: if you've been to a concert, you know the scariest place isn't in the mosh pit, it's the bathroom. Now you can avoid having to brave that hellscape with the new pit diaper powered by Depend. You know what? We have stood in line for women. It's way worse, but we will stand in line when we have to. Sometimes we'll say fucking skip the bathroom, but never have pissed my pants.
Yeah. I mean, like Janice says, if I'm at a concert and this dude comes running out to dance on the floor with me, yeah, I'm probably moving over or something.
I mean, he's not even wearing pants over it. The
Look
pit
at
diaper
pants pisser.
is an innovative new solution to help fans like you stay in the safety of the pit and still enjoy all the great tasting liquid death you love. Oh, so as you're in the pit, you're slamming a liquid death and then pissing your pants and going around the pit. Each undergarment is adorned with a hanging metal chain, side spikes, a metal clip for keys. You're gonna have your keys just dangling out there to get ripped off, and made with an adjustable waistband. They also come equipped with 52 Depend guards for men to stick on the inside. Martin Knight Jones, vice president at Depend's parent company, said the idea is rooted in a strong insight and cultural phenomenon that we've recently seen with concert goers, especially Swifties.
Oh, Jesus.
I didn't see this. Choosing to wear Depends so they didn't have to miss any part of the concert. Oh my God, Taylor Swift's fans, these little kids with diapers, so they don't have to miss the concert. They will piss in a diaper. What the hell is happening to these kids? It comes following a number of viral bathroom incidents at concerts this year, which has sparked debate about the lengths fans are willing to go to see their idols in person. In November, content creator Allison Miranda posted a TikTok describing her experience watching a woman wet herself at a Sabrina Carpenter show while waiting for the singer to take the stage. Imagine you're just patiently waiting for sweet baby angel Sabrina to come on stage when all of a sudden, the caption reads, before switching to the massive stain on the black floor. A random girl squats down, takes off her underwear, and pees all over the floor, Allison claimed. At least the crowd had a good sense of humor about it after it was cleaned up. In the comments section, Allison later claimed the culprit was ejected from the venue after she urinated on the floor. I have a video of her standing in the puddle and then security making her leave, she claimed. It follows a similar incident at a concert for rock band Godspeed You, Black Emperor, in October, during which a person in attendance allegedly defecated themselves while standing in the crowd. So I guess concert peeing has become a thing.
Wow. Makes me not want to go to a concert ever again.
What has happened to people? Why were we able before? And we would be out there like tailgating, and we would bring stuff in and just drink stuff. And I mean, how did we manage?
I don't know.
Why can we manage and other people cannot?
Yeah. I don't know, I mean, there's obvious reasons where, why they make Depends diapers and all, adult diapers. But usually you're not going to a concert and getting in the mosh pit if you're wearing diapers. Even if they try to make them look like cool leather ring-studded grape smuggler pants. I don't know.
And then why would you clip your keys to the side of them? That's just asking to lose your keys. Because you're going to get your ass kicked. You are going to get your ass kicked.
Yeah. Something smells like shit out here.
Oh, that's me. I'm pooping myself right now.
If you're in the pit and everybody's, and you see that, everyone's going to go kick his ass. If he jumps up there and he's crowd surfing, nobody's going, there's going to be problems. You stick your hand up there to push the person up, your hand slips into the diaper. Seriously, these are things that can happen.
Yep. By chance, do you have hot fudge in your pants, or is that what I think it is?
And why aren't they wearing pants over the diapers? Why do they have to advertise the fact that they are wearing diapers? Okay, so say some people would rather wear diapers like pilots wear diapers. And stewardesses. I found out stewardesses and pilots when I learned all that stuff. They wear diapers on their flights. It's a common thing. But they have clothes over it. They're not just walking around in a diaper.
Yeah, I'm I don't know. I'm at a loss for words. I mean, they obviously made these to be, fashionable. A fashion statement. Wear under your garments or wear alone.
It's like having a leather bra or leather. I guess sometimes you would wear the leather bra, but.
Yeah, but there's a place to wear it and a place not to wear it,
This just screams like YMCA.
Yeah. Exactly.
Not like Slayer.
No. Yeah.
That fella right there looks like a turd burglar.
Here's the rest of that guy's pants.
That fella ain't got no britches on. He's out here in his underwear.
He's smuggling some plums. Yeah, you wear a cup, not a diaper. Do people actually wear a cup in the pit, though?
I don't know.
But that would be yeah, I could see that, though. I mean, you're not like a pussy if it, sucks to get your dick kicked.
Nobody got time for that.
Yeah, so I'm not gonna like hate on somebody if they do. It's like, no, you're only a man if you risk, testicular cancer for life by getting your nuts stomped on in the pit.
I think I'll pass. I can't ever understand those like fetish videos where guys just like,
Man.
hot girl in high heel shoes that kick them in the nuts as hard as she can. I'm like, that's not gonna happen for me.
No.
I'm not a shoe person, and I'm definitely not a getting kicked in the nuts person. So there's 2 strikes against that little fetish act. Or high heels and getting your junk stepped
Stand
on.
on your dick with a stiletto.
No, I mean, fight or flight. Some girl steps on my junk with a stiletto. I'm punching that bitch in the head.
It's not like a turn on.
Yeah.
They have a fishnet leg with like a 12-inch stiletto. Like,
bitch, you stepped on my nuts. Yeah, that's not one of my things.
Yeah, I couldn't see that.
But there's people out there that like that.
Child support.
I'm not judging, but in case somebody that loves to get kicked in the nuts. Hey, you do you, I'll do me. But
there are people that do enjoy it.
Strange. I don't understand it.
There are people I've seen that actually like to be like beat in their crotch area.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, a smack here or two is one thing, but just like being like pummeled. Yeah, just beat me in the nuts. I love it.
Until you're like the South Park on the beanbag balls, hopping around this big swollen.
Wow. Yeah, nothing like wearing a cup and getting hit in the nuts and you think you're actually, safe. But then you get that one little bit of something that sticks out of the cup. So when you get hit in the cup, it pinches the shit out of whatever's hanging out. That's always fun. How you doing? Oh, it feels like somebody set my nuts on fire with a blowtorch now. Thank you.
Oh, that would be horrible.
I think I'll go to my college now. I'm tired. I think I'll go home. Yeah, I got a friend that worked in the ER. He told me some crazy stories.
Got all the good stories.
He's like, I said, are those stories true you hear about, people coming into the emergency room? He's like, yeah, they're true. And I'm like, you haven't even finished. He's like, they're all true. Yes. How did this get in your butt? I slipped in the shower and then the entire bottle of shampoo went up my butt. It's embarrassing.
It's a dangerous thing.
I know what you did. I know what you did. You had it in there and it was slippery and you lost it. Done disappeared in the tunnel.
I saw a meme the other day where they had all these like different types of like 70s types of ornaments, like old, like the Christmas trees that have a weird, that how the glaze used to be on the older decorations, ornaments. And they have these snowmans and trees, this and that. They're like, just remember, don't stick these in your butt this holiday season. You will be in the ER.
Yeah. If you've never seen One Man, One Jar, holy moly. That's a life-changing event. One man, one jar. Oh boy. An oldie but a goodie.
2 women in a cup.
Yep. Except it's way worse.
Oh no.
Yep.
Another day on the job.
2 girls.
That would be a crazy show. A fetish sent me to the ER. That would be a crazy show.
Would be a good show. Stay busy
Yeah.
too.
I would watch that one.
Yep. Well, I thought it'd be a good idea to get a cattle prod stuck up my butt while they kick me in the nuts. But looky me, I'm here. It didn't turn out to be as eventful as I thought it would be. Yeah, 2 girls, 1 cup. That was pretty disgusting. One man, one jar is not really disgusting. It's more on the horrifying realm of things.
Oh, no.
You want to do your last one?
Did you make a video?
No, I didn't.
All right, I'll do the last one.
I failed video.
It's okay. So if you're looking to make some extra money,
I am.
well, you need to get some crazy, funky, long fingernails and become a pro back scratcher. Pro back scratchers rake in big bucks, but it's not about sex. You have those people with their mind in the gutter.
It's always about.
Itching for some R&R? People seeking unconventional relaxation methods are shelling out hundreds of dollars for professional back scratchers, according to the Wall Street Journal. Tony George, the 55-year-old owner of the Scratcher Girls in Miami, charges $130 for an hour of scratching using her 3-inch manicured nails, raking them down her client's back, limbs, scalp, and even the insides of their ears. And like the people noted on the radio, how, like, you know, when you get your hair done, sometimes they do like that scalp massage.
Yeah.
The technique is so euphoric that customers will often drift to sleep or give sounds of ecstasy. Her services are so popular that she also travels to major metropolitans, New York, Los Angeles, or Philadelphia, to see her clientele. Soon, she hopes to take her practice on tour to Europe, I bet. I've never broken a nail, George told the Journal, explaining she files her nails before each scratching session and scrubs her claws with soap and a nail brush. But the businesswoman insists the scratching is not sexual. We don't scratch chests or bellies, George said, adding that she turned down a request from one man to have his nipples touched. You have those people with their mind in the gutter, she stated. But George isn't the only professional earning a living through non-sexual scratching. Julie Luther, who opened her Pasadena, California, Soft Touch ASMR spa 2 years ago, and recently quit her 6-figure job to pursue scratching full-time. She offers 50-minute sessions for $110. While slots fill up a week in advance, she refuses male clients after instances of unusual requests. It's just like this very pure touch that's purely for pleasure and nothing else, but not in a sexual way, she told the Journal. In New York, home to unconventional practices such as automated robot massages. Wow, wait. I'm going to have to find that article later. The first of the city's scratch spas are also starting to crop up. Whisper Wave, owned by Rebecca, opened in January with 2 locations, one in Brooklyn and one in Manhattan. And my article just did something silly. Oh dear.
I mean, a good back scratching is always pretty nice, but I don't know.
Oh, so okay, Rebecca opened in 2 okay. Focused on providing ASMR services such as gentle back scratching and tracing, light touch, and use of brushes with an hourly rate of $162. I think I was honestly looking for a service like this myself, and I saw a huge gap in the wellness market. She focuses on care of the nervous system in a playful way. There's massages, acupuncture, and Reiki, but there's nothing that focuses on the best part of those treatments, soft touch. And they talk about, again, ASMR, which they're comparing it to, and I did think of that, like the people who have the the soft or safe spaces, and they suck their thumb and they listen to the gentle tongue clicks and whispers and hairbrush sounds. Probably had silent births, and a lot of people are so gentle and like that now that it's almost like the babies, how, the babies would have like a forehead rubbing to fall asleep. It's like they go into this bubble. Where people will pay people for all sorts of contact now.
I could see going in for a back scratching, session, but I don't know, if the girl came out and her nails look like this, I'd probably be a little hesitant. Maybe I'd like it, but I don't think I would sign up for that if I knew.
Which one? The one with the big golden ones?
Yeah, the one.
Oh yeah, like this one. Yeah.
Yeah. The one here on red, I do, them nails are just fine. Those are controllable. Those other things look like.
But like the tips, because they're more pointy on the end, it probably really like hits like the nerves and like it's like the tickle spots. Like you can probably do a lot with that, like really gently. And I could see that people, who are like meditating, massaging, quiet, and they just want to feel like the sensation of
Yeah, $160 for back scratching. No, there better be something else happening.
the girl on the radio called it like back tickling. Yeah, that's a lot of money for back scratching. And how do you you just say, hey, I'm a professional back scratcher. I'll just come over and like write the alphabet on your back and shit for an hour.
I don't know. I've had people that want to pay me for, body massage. But and there's been back scratching involved in that, but not just specifically back scratching. Hey, whatever. If you like your back scratch, you got $160 to blow. This girl's your ticket.
Yeah.
Give her entrepreneurial,
Marry you.
Marry you all. Yeah, back scratching, nut kicking, tick punching, junk stomping. Lots of weird things out
I'm not someone that can relax though, like while someone's sitting there like doing stuff like that. Like if I don't know them, I can't just relax while somebody like it's just weird to me. I can't.
Yeah.
It's hard enough for me to let someone wash my hair. Like when I get my hair cut, it's just weird to me to have someone like wash my hair for me.
Yeah. Can I wash hair for you?
I would let you wash my hair.
Just face the wall away from me.
Oh God, it's fucked up. Don't look at me.
Put the lotion on its skin.
That was so fucked up. See, that's what I mean. People, and they have professional huggers. That's why I read this, because they have the professional huggers and the people who have the what do they call it, a cuddle puddles.
Cuddle huddles. Yeah.
Yeah, where everybody like just like lays together on a bed and just lays there and hugs because people need, human connection.
Yeah, I don't know. That's kind of strange.
Like it's not my thing, but I don't knock it for other people.
Yeah.
Because I'm weird about anybody like touching me. Like I'm just weird about like my space. I'm just weird like that.
Yeah.
But people who do like, I mean, it's a human thing. A lot of people require it.
Yeah, I don't know. Each their own, I suppose.
Stay the fuck away from my feet.
Yep. See, some people love their feet messed with, and others hate their feet being messed with.
Oh, you'll get a double kick to the jaw.
Oh. That's okay. You can kick me in the mouth all you want. I ain't got many teeth left anyway.
Especially if I'm sleeping.
Oh, yeah.
That there's no telling. Because I could think you're a gremlin.
Yeah, it was funny. Like, like when Sam used to live here, she was always like, rub my back. And she'd want me to do that thing with my elbow, like as hard as I could in her back. And I'm like,
where you're like boring down on it.
Yeah. I'm like, damn, that's gotta hurt, And she did it to me when I was like, nope, I'm done. I like it, stout, but not like painful.
I'm real good at, I've always been good. I would give them when I was younger, like, like parents or people, like back massages, but I've never taken classes, but I can give some damn good ones, especially like when it's all knotted up, I can find knots hella good. I can rub the knots out so good.
Yeah. Yeah. I was actually kind of studying it for a little bit. Like, what's it called? Points.
Like, oh,
What's that word?
reflexology.
Yeah, yeah. You know, like how places on your feet can,
Yeah,
or your hands can affect, other things in your body.
I did too. I had socks and gloves that would like show like where your like liver, bladder, like all these things. And so like you'd look at the book and so you knew like exactly you'd put the lotion like on your hands under it, but you'd like rub on the things. It's like a little map for your foot. I
Yeah.
still have them in books on reflexology. That's how I learned, like, this spot right here gets, could help get rid of headaches and
Yeah. I used to always be doing that, pinching my hand right there. God, man, I used to get headaches like a MFer, man. I was always having headaches. Now it's kind of a rarity. It's weird. My mom, I remember, like, she used to have headaches, like crippling headaches and migraines and all that, and then she just like grew out of them. One day they stopped happening, and I've been like that too. I used to get headaches all the time, and now it's a rarity. But man, when I do get them, they suck. Yeah, your feet do have a lot to do.
And then did you ever learn like your ears? How many like spots in your ear, like when you look up Eastern medicine, go to different parts of your body. And then I think about all the holes I've stuck in my ear, not knowing like
Yeah.
where I pierced through like an important spot, maybe. Like I've got, 20 some odd on each side. And same with like your teeth, like each tooth is connected to, you know, um, a body part.
Yeah.
It's just really weird. But yeah, I thought I probably screwed myself in some spots, like by piercing some areas maybe I shouldn't have had.
Yeah. Strange how all that stuff can be hooked together. You don't ever think about it,
Yeah.
Yeah, pressure points. That's the word I was looking for.
Oh yeah, pressure points.
Yeah.
Up in here, like how you can like what finger grabbing someone's middle finger, you can control like anything they do if you like have that finger.
Well, that about wraps us up.
Yes, it does. I'm gonna go back out into the freezing cold. See what degree it is now.
Chilly.
43 feels like 41.
43. Yikes.
Yeah.
National Weather Forecast. Short range forecast. Ah, man, why do I go to the site? It's always too complicated. Whoa, it's dropped here. It's 62. Yeah, Saturday when I'm playing my disc golf thing, it's supposed to be 53, high of 53, low of 44. Well, at least it's not in the 30s like they were saying.
What about wind?
Oh, man, the other day I played 42 holes and it was windy for every damn one of them. It was a long day. I was kind of, you know, like the diet and everything I've been doing. Like there was a lot of people out there that weren't near as old as me, and they were like, "Whoo, man, I'm tired. Are you feeling tired?" I'm like, "Man, I'm good to go." You know, I was tired when I got home, but I jumped in the shower, and then we had to go to the store and run all over the place. So it wasn't like I came home and took a nap. But yeah, I was I saw several people out there that were huffing and puffing and like really tired. And I'm like, hell, I got 15 years on that dude and I'm still going.
I don't know how you do it sometimes, man. Like, you just have this motivation like crazy. Like the Energizer Bunny. You're always going. And I know you got to keep going, you said, because if you don't, you can't stop. But like, just as much as you do makes me tired to think about sometimes. Like, holy cow, how's he get all that done?
29 there. Special power.
But
credit.
you're a Capricorn, so it makes a lot of sense.
Yep.
You totally fit Capricorn.
Billy hard-headed.
But in the responsible way too, and like making stuff happen and making sure things are covered and a lot of and having good like business sense, stuff like that. Always figuring it out. Those are all Capricorn traits that I see in you.
Yeah, somebody the other day was like, I've never met someone with so many hobbies as like you have. And I'm like, I don't really consider them hobbies. I just consider them a way of life.
Yeah, just like stuff I do.
One day I like to go fishing. The next day I like to get on my mountain bike. The next day I like to go metal detecting. The next day I like to do some wood crafts. Hey, you know.
Maybe some magnet fishing, maybe some actual fishing.
Yeah. I'm still waiting to go magnet fishing and like I found some pretty crazy stuff, but haven't really found any guns and stuff yet.
I want you to get a box of coins so bad.
Yeah, that would be cool.
You will one day get a box of coins because I know it has to happen. There's just too many that are finding them. And I just know you will. Because if anybody will, you will. You're going to be like, holy shit, I pulled up this metal box and you'll never believe what was in it. A shit ton of coins.
I found my booty.
I found my booty at the bottom of the ocean.
Found you pirate's treasure.
Janice L. I didn't see Janice L.
Minus 18.4. Good God, I would never venture to step outside ever again.
What is it?
I would just.
Oh, no.
and 17 blankets under the couch cushions.
Oh.
I don't even know if I could survive that. I don't even have long pants here, so yeah, I'd be pretty screwed there.
Is that when it's too cold to snow, or is it snowing?
Minus 18 is like the chilly version of hell. It's the opposite of fire and brimstone. It's so cold that it feels like fire and brimstone, probably.
But then
Like
you can like
how long?
still bundle up and turn on a fire and all that. When you're like too hot, there's only so much you can do.
You just get naked and go jump in the water.
Yeah, I kind of thought that as soon as I said it, but then I thought, well, if you didn't have a pool, I guess you could sit in the bathtub.
Like
But
minus
still,
18.
you can't really do anything but sit in the water.
Yeah. Yeah, no, there's like 3 weeks out of the year here that it just like usually in August that is just like I don't play disc golf. I don't do anything strenuous outside because it's like 100 degrees for like 3 weeks straight, and it's just a nightmare. But yeah, minus 18. How long do you have to be outside? Like you went out, you ran out to grab something out of the car. I guess you wouldn't do that if it was minus 18. I'd just be like, let the car burn. I'm not going out there. But like I say, you went outside and you, oh shit, locked my keys I locked the door. I'm locked outside. Like, how long do you have to be out in that kind of temperature before like you could die or something? I'm asking that honest question because I'm from Florida and I've never been and never want to be in minus 18 degrees.
And I'm not someone like I don't ever want to have to like worry about like I hate having to scrape frost off of my windshield
Yeah.
and then turn on the like defroster, wait 5 minutes. Like that's annoying to me to have to like shovel a walkway, shovel a driveway, like unbury your car. I don't want to do that every day. I'm not cut out for that life.
Yeah, definitely not me. Believe it or not, I've had to scrape ice off my windshield here before, and it has like iced over here. I remember I saw pictures the other day. I want to say it was like 1989 or something, and it was March 1st, and I had went by and picked my mom up, and I was driving her car, which was this huge ass Chevy Impala, and we were sitting in this little restaurant on US 1. We stopped there to eat lunch, and the US 1 was completely iced over, and people were just like just sliding down the road. We were sitting there eating lunch. Like, what happened to the Florida that I have grown up in all my life? What is going on right now? And I had to drive on frozen roads, and it was pretty weird. But yeah, I saw pictures of that the other day. It was on Facebook, 1989, Jacksonville, Florida. And there was snow and ice and shit everywhere.
Wow.
Ugh.
1989.
Yeah, I believe that was when it was.
That's the year we had the big earthquake out here when the freeway fell through, I think.
Oh, yeah. Wow, that was
That's
pretty
crazy
hard.
that's the same year.
Yeah.
To have two significant. Oh, the wind chill. Yikes. Extreme weather's become normal because they made it normal. All right.
December 23rd, 1989, we got a snowstorm. I mean, this is like legitimate snow. Like, I've seen it snow here where, it snows and it lands on the ground and it melts. But this was like legit snow. Like it freaking snowed.
Holy
crazy.
smokes.
Yeah.
It's the damn end of the world, man. Florida don't do this.
Well, it does. It has.
And I remember in the 70s, it snowed here. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah. There's like these big hills at, like, this is downtown St. Augustine, you know, down by the bayfront, right on the water. Snow photos in St. Augustine. I mean, that's like a lot of snow on the ground for St. Augustine, Florida. Holy mackerel. Yeah, it snowed at the fort. And yeah, I did build a snowman. Wasn't quite as big as that, and mine was more brown than white. But yeah, it snowed here, and me and my buddy went down to the old fort downtown, Castillo de San Marcos, and we were riding our skateboards down the hill at the fort out on, because the whole fort green was like frozen over and had snow on it. Craziness.
That's insane.
Don't know what started me talking about that, but like, oh boy, here goes Rob again down a dusty trail. Where will it end up? I'll probably end up talking about aliens sticking something in his butt.
If you're lucky.
Yeah. Compared to what we were talking about earlier, I'd probably rather have aliens probe my butt than getting
Your dick snapped in half like a cucumber.
or stomped on with stilettos. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Anything but that.
Wow. Okay. Well, we're gonna wrap it up on that nut stomping thing. And,
Yeah, on that note. Yeah, I gotta bundle up again. I think that's what like we were talking about.
Yep. Yeah, like 40, what, 41, 42 there. Not too far from snow temperatures for you. Yeah. Skywriting planes, exactly. I haven't seen one of those in forever. Now it's just chemtrails. Stealthy riding. Y'all gonna die.
And using the chemical screens to flash crazy looking images on it in the shadows. See, there we go. Then I'm all bundled up for outside.
Got my candy parka on. All righty then. I guess I will see y'all next time for do we do a show next Wednesday?
Paul Anthony Wallace will be on returning Paranormal Soup Sundays, so that will be a good one.
Paul Anthony, is he the Australian guy?
I can't remember if he's Australian.
Yeah, I can't remember either. He's been on a few times.
Yeah, he's always a good time when he's on.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Are we doing a show next week? We're probably not doing a show, are we? Because in next week, like Christmas or Christmas Eve.
Oh.
Next Wednesday is the 25th.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess everybody have a Merry Christmas.
Who knows? We might do a show, but because I'm too broke to go anywhere. But anyways,
Yeah, like it's. I don't know if my sister's coming out or not, but
yeah,
by the time we get in here, everybody's asleep anyways.
Yeah. I'm sure I'm doing something. I just don't know what it is yet. But anyways, probably see you Sunday for a little bit on Paranormal Soup. Other than that, catch you later. Thanks for hanging out with us as always. And we'll see you later. Bye-bye. Night, night.
Night, night.